The story of the little hummingbird. Let me tell you the story of the little hummingbird. There was once a huge forest fire, and all the animals, terrified, ran away to seek shelter from the flames. Only the little hummingbird stayed behind, valiantly collecting small droplets of water from a pond to try and extinguish the fire. After a while, the armadillo, annoyed by the incessant comings and goings of the hummingbird and by his seemingly futile efforts, said, "Little hummingbird, are you aware that those little droplets of water will not put out the flames?" To which the hummingbird replied, "I know, but I am doing my part." The other animals, moved by the little hummingbird's determination, came back, each one of them doing its part, and together they eventually stopped the fire from spreading further. Social Change Factory's mission is to transform every youth into a little hummingbird by nurturing their sense of civic responsibility and by inspiring them to do their part.
It is a factory of social transformation based on the conviction that the future of our societies rests on the commitment of each individual to do his or her part. An atypical factory with a vision to positively transform our society by transforming its citizens. Aware that underdevelopment is first and foremost a state of mind, Social Change Factory is investing in education in order to train young hummingbirds capable of extinguishing the flames of underdevelopment.
In keeping with the logic of creating a generation of little hummingbirds that will transform our systems and societies, Social Change Factory has set itself the mission of providing solutions to 6 challenges through its programs and activities. The first challenge is to enrich the cultural, health, and citizenship knowledge and skills of children and adolescents and to raise their awareness about their rights. In response to this, SCF in 2018 designed an educational quiz game, Yamaganaham, a local board game that also exists as a mobile app. Its content is mainly oriented on the context of Senegal and that of Africa. It aims to build young citizens who are cultured, responsible, committed, and proud of their identities from an early age. The second challenge is to promote excellence, provide academic support to the most vulnerable learners, and foster the principles of solidarity and cooperation among youth. To achieve this, Social Change Factory has launched the U-Exchange and Objective Bac Solidarity programs. The alarming failure rate in the baccalaureate and its serious consequences on thousands of young people are the main reason for the creation of these programs, which have mobilized and deployed hundreds of students and pupils each year who have provided valuable moral and academic support to thousands of baccalaureate candidates and pupils in high schools with difficulty in a dozen of regions in Senegal. In partnership with the website Senebac.com, Social Change Factory has produced and distributed more than 20 free tutorial videos that have attracted nearly 700,000 students. The association Action Jeune, founded by an alumnus of SCF programs, has twice produced Objective Bac in Mali. The baccalaureate system in Senegal and Mali may not change, but Social Change Factory and its hummingbirds are doing their part. Strengthening the entrepreneurial, civic, and cultural knowledge and skills of adolescents and young learners in order to promote their social and professional integration is the third challenge that SCF wishes to address. To this end, the Junior Social Change Factory and U-Club programs have been created in Senegal and Côte d'Ivoire. These are learning spaces for creation and experiences in which practical, entrepreneurial, and professional skills required by the labor market are transmitted and to inculcate fundamental civic and cultural principles to adolescents and young members of the clubs and the GSCF volunteer community. They facilitate and implement our programs in the various communities in which SCF operates. It is to address the fourth challenge of training adolescents and youth to research, design, test, and develop local and replicable solutions to social challenges in their communities that in 2015, Social Change Factory launched its first program, The Voice of the Youth Competition, a television program that first showcased and highlighted hundreds of successful solutions to key socio-economic issues in third-party communities. Over the years, SCF has recruited and accompanied participants in solving socio-economic problems that affect their communities and influencing mindsets. Now, the contest also exists in high schools and colleges. More than a contest, Youth Voices is about all the transformative human adventure. Through training, travel, research, immersion, and community service, participants in this program emerge transformed and empowered to become more actively engaged in their communities. With the support of partners, Voices of Youth has been successfully organized in 6 countries in West and Central Africa and also in France with the diaspora version. More than 150 institutions of higher and secondary education with 3,500 participants took part. Voices of Youth aims to continue its expansion and become the first media program for the promotion of youth and its commitment to our societies. Through this program, Social Change Factory is one of the few organizations to have organized a major event at the headquarters of the African Development Bank with the regional finals of the TV Solutions competition around the theme of statelessness and agriculture. The event gathered more than 500 guests and decision makers. It was broadcast by 3 television stations in 3 countries, Côte d'Ivoire and Guinea, and relayed by various media including RFI. The 5th challenge is to enable young people to access reliable and useful information, to express themselves on important topics and to be heard and to benefit from advice. Since 2016, we have been working with UNICEF offices on their U-Report mobile technology that allows young people to speak out for free on issues of public concern that are automatically escalated to states, the United Nations and the general public. They also receive advice and opportunities. Through mobilization and animation campaigns that SCF has conducted in Senegal, Chad, Côte d'Ivoire, nearly 200,000 young people have been registered on the platform. And finally, the last challenge is the reinforcement of employability and financial autonomy of young graduates and the solidification of the survival potential of startups and youth SMEs. A first response is the project to develop a technological platform for learning and professional insertion, a gateway that connects young graduates with little experience and small companies with high potential but low financial resources. It offers graduates a first qualifying professional experience and allows small businesses to become more competitive. UNICEF Senegal has entrusted the launch of the U-Report platform to SCF. For a better implementation of this program in Senegal, SCF organized a 3-day bootcamp with 75 young ambassadors from 14 regions of Senegal. Other UNICEF Senegal events were entrusted to SCF, such as the organization of the closing ceremony of the World Children's Day, held at the Monument of African Renaissance in 2017, around the theme Children Settle in the Medium. All day long, they have taken control of the televisions and radios. They talked about their rights, their challenges, and solidarity among children. As part of its partnership with Plan International, SCF organized a regional forum with representatives of child and youth advisory councils and regional youth organizations in the region. This meeting was part of the implementation of the new global strategy that promotes stronger engagement with youth so that they are at the heart of the movement to ensure that 100 million girls can study, lead, decide, and grow. During the COVID-19 pandemic, SCF also carried out a series of advocacy efforts for the protection of children's rights in Africa through a video contest open to young people under the age of 30. The British Council's Great Entrepreneur TV program, which aims to collaborate and support young people to acquire the skills and tools to become successful entrepreneurs, approached Social Change Factory to organize a bootcamp for selected young entrepreneurs. Social Change Factory also wants to reinvigorate intergenerational dialogues on human rights and gender equality issues by framing themes in a way that is always attractive and provocative to youth. Together with UNDC and UN Women, SCF has produced a program on the role of women in the fight for the removal and care of street children, or a dialogue of female entrepreneurship and professional and personal women-men duos. The main objective of these dialogues was to promote equality between men and women through an open and free discussion. There was a great participation and awareness among the youth. In partnership with UNHCR, SCF organized an inter-university mock trial competition on statelessness to raise awareness about this little-known or almost unknown issue. In collaboration with the French Embassy in Senegal, The advocacy video contents to promote women's rights and the fight against discrimination and violence against women, Voix des jeunes, gender, Je porte ma voix, was launched in 2020. Thanks to its multidisciplinary team, Social Change Factory has conducted studies and field surveys throughout Senegal for various partners like the MasterCard Foundation and the NGO Speak Up Africa. These studies focus on youth employability, sanitation issues, particularly the management of sewage, sludge, and menstruation. In partnership with other organizations, a mapping of youth movements in Africa was conducted for the Open Society Foundation. During its field missions, SCF gives youth a voice through the SCF Show. Social Change Factory, through its various programs and activities designed with and for youth, listen, educate, inspire, and invite youth to join the Little Hummingbird movement.